I actually had I did a fun little transition. You took it yesterday, the little warm up. And so I'll try to recreate. I don't guarantee anything because my memory feels a little weak. So we're just gonna go with it. But we're gonna start in child's pose. So we're gonna do a little bit of twisting, Katie. Anything that offers twisting, we'll just not twist. So let's start in a child's pose. Let the knees go wide. Your arms could be forward or back. Yeah. Connect to your breath. Nice slow cycle of breath. Inhale through the nose, through the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose, through the back of the throat. Energetically reach your hands. Yeah. Create some energy there. Spread the palms wide across the mat. Let's press up onto all fours, tabletop position. Yeah. So stack it up right here. I'm going to do it with the toes curled into the mat. I just find I get a little bit more balance. So extend the right leg straight back like a half plank, but keep the toes to start curled into the mat. Activate the right quadricep. Good. And then start to walk the right foot over towards the left. Mine's actually going to go off the mat. So it's kind of like a crossover. Yeah. You should just feel a nice little sideline stretch. I always say that sometimes it's the subtle stretches that are a little bit more effective than a very deep stretch. Bring it back to center and then float it up so it's hip height. Then reach your left arm forward. It's kind of like we're swimming. Soften that right elbow just a tiny bit so it's not hyperextending. Press firm through your right hand. Reach and stretch in opposite directions. Bend at your right knee crease, reach back with your left hand and see if you can grab your ankle, your foot, your toe. If you can't, just create a shape. Fire up the thigh. Steer the chest forward, look forward with your eyes. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Hand and knee come down to the ground. Good. Curl the left toes into the mat, fire up the thigh. So just start like that. So it's like a half little plank. And then you start to walk it over to the right. My foot's actually coming off the mat, but you want to keep your hips aligned the best that you can. So you're just going to feel. Good. Neck is neutral. Bring it back to center. Float the leg up so it's hip height, and then reach your right arm forward. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Steer your eyes on one spot. Bend at your left knee crease. Reach back with your right hand. See if you can get your toe, your foot, the shape. Anything goes. Good. Steer the chest forward and breathe. Good. Take another big breath in. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Good. Hand and knee come down to the ground. Good. Walk the hands a little bit more forward. Curl the toes into the mat. Let's lift the hips up to the first down dog. Pedal out the legs. Yeah. Shimmy in your hips a little bit. Walk in place. And then set up for a really nice, strong, firm down dog. Good. Feel your hips. Breathe way up off your shoulders this morning. Let your head just relax down. Let your shoulders move away from your ears. So from the center of your heel, you melt down towards the mat, and that may or may not work for having straight legs. So it's just the concept of the center of the heel melting down. Movement of the shoulders away from your ears. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Nice. Roll forward to a plank position in one motion. Yeah, my first dog's a plank too. I always have to fix it. For some reason I set up the first down dog. It's always a little shorter. So here we are in a plank position. Stack up the body nicely here. Good. Drop your knees down at an angle for me. Lower halfway to a chaturanga push-up with the knees down. Re-straighten your arms to a plank position. Lift the knees so now you're back in plank. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward plank. We'll do it again. Drop your knees so they go down at an angle, halfway to a supported push-up. Re-straighten your arms so you're back in that supported plank. Lift the knees so you're in plank position. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward and through. Yep, be on your fingertips. Step the left foot to follow. Long spine on the inhale. Hands are welcome to come to your shins. Exhale, fold. Oh my God, I feel like I'm 100 years old. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag the hands to prayer, drop your arms, stand nice and tall, and you're 200 years old. We have 100 and 200-year-old yoga going here. Here we go. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare, step to plank. We're gonna shave years off of our age right now. Halfway to a push-up chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, you pick. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Step the left foot forward and through. Take a nice big step. Be on your fingertips. And then step your right foot to meet it. Long spine on the inhale breath. Weight is forward. Exhale, fold into yourself. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. So we're going to move just like this. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog or cobra, or take it out if it doesn't work. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, full breath out. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat, get there light. Long spine, weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer at heart. Drop your arms. Keep going. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees. Let your head go. Long spine to prepare. Step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Press even through your hands, the tops of your feet. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breaking down the cobwebs. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, weight is forward. Fold in half. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag the hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Yeah, we're getting connected to our breath. Arms go straight up. Dive over, bent knees. Let your head go. Long spine prepares you. Step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe your right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. Come forward, hug your right knee in and up, scoop up the belly unless you have a baby there. Yeah. Step the right foot forward and through. Be on your fingertips. Yeah. You could use a block. Tense your left fingertip. Peel your right arm open. Yeah. Grip your right hip in. Pay attention to your left shoulder. I know for me, because my shoulders are tight, it has a tendency to want to roll in. Activate your back left leg. Any twisting action here is happening from above the belly button. Right hand to the floor. Move the block to the side. You're going to turn your back foot on a strong angle. Make sure your heel to arch. Start to straighten out your right leg so your hips will open towards the pool, guys, and you're going to slide into a triangle from the ground up. So you could pick your distance for triangle. Anywhere across the front of your right shin is a great place to kind of pull up, or utilize a block. Hook your hips in. Side ribs nice and long. And there is a little bit of a feeling like you're leaning back, but you're really making sure you're stabilized with your abdominal wall, your obliques, the best that you can. Stay with it, a couple more breaths. Anchor that back leg more, soften behind that front knee just a tad. Good, hands to frame your front foot. So as you peel your hips back forward, you're back in this low lunge, okay? Drop your left knee down on an angle, turn the toes out, left palm goes flat. We're transferring into a supported side plank. Yeah, so stack open here and you're on your left hand. So modified side plank, the right leg lifted in space. Yeah. And then if you want to add a little bindy here, you can just bend it to your right, with your right leg. It's totally optional. And grab your foot, your ankle, your toe, or just create the shape. Steer your bottom ribs up towards the ceiling sky area. Look sideways, look up. So you're getting a little bit of a nice back bend and a psoas release. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. Neutralize so you're in a baby plank with your right leg lifted in space. So a baby supported plank. So your left knee is down, your right leg is in space. Right knee hugs in softly, and then you'll guide your right foot forward and through. Integrate your back left knee. So you're back in this lunge with the right leg forward. Turn your back foot on a strong angle, and then rise warrior one, first warrior on your right leg. So everything's happened to the right side. Yeah. Anchor through that back foot. Press firm. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's hit plank position. Lower halfway to a push-up. Drag yourself through a smooth up dog or cobra, you pick. Hips go up and back, down dog. Okay, my memory wasn't so bad. Breathe your left leg up and back. Let's check in with this side. Good luck, God bless. Come forward, hug your left knee in and up, scoop up the belly. Land your left foot forward and through. You're in a low lunge. You could use your block if it's appropriate for you, if it feels good. Right hand down, left arm peels. You're in an easy twist. You could just stay like this, Katie, too. Like your hand down and your hand on the top of your thigh. Yeah. Stack it open. Integrate the muscles of your back leg and hug your left hip in. Another big breath in. Hands to frame your front foot. Turn your back foot on a strong angle. Just move my block out of the way. Pull up anywhere across the front of your left shin and slide into your version of triangle. So if your lower back feels a little sensitive this morning, you can always just come up a little higher, use the block. Back leg is on a strong angle and anchored. Front knee has a little soft bend, and your side ribs are nice and long. Your breath is flowing. We're hearing the sounds of nature. Nice, Katie. Stay with it. Hands to frame your front foot. Right heel peels. You're back in this low lunge. Right knee drops. You're going to just take your right foot over to the right. Right palm goes firm. And then you stack open modified side plank. Yes, you'll go towards the pool. Yeah, you got it. And then if you want to bend your top leg in half, this is going to give you a nice psoas release. The bottom ribs turn. The belly, draw it in. Release the arm and the leg in opposite directions. So release the arm up, leg out, left hand down, steer the hips forward. So you're in a supported plank. Your right knee is down, your left leg is in space. Hug the left knee in and scoop up the belly the best that you can. Land your left foot forward. Integrate your back right leg and your knee lifts, and then turn your back foot on a strong angle and rise warrior one. So interesting. It feels totally different getting into it this way. So warrior one, you steer your right ribs forward, heavy in that front thigh. Press strong through your feet. Hands to frame your front foot. Let's move through a vinyasa together. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look to the top of the mat. Step, step, float your feet there. Long spine weight is forward. Fold. Heavy in your heels for the first chair. A lot of us like taking it with the feet apart a little. Stick your butt way back. Arms are energetically moving up. Lower half the body is going down. Shoot up to stand up. drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels, stick your tush way back, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through a vinyasa. You can just step to dog at any given point and take out all this jazz if you're not into it. When you get to down dog, step your right foot forward, turn your back foot strong, rise, warrior one. Oh, good song. Hands come back down to the mat, chaturanga. Up dog, hips go up and back, down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns, rise. Hands back down to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Look where you want to go, step or float, top of mat. Long spine weight is forward, fold into yourself. Sit heavy in your heels for chair. Press up to stand up, drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go, arms go straight up towards the sky, heavy in your heels for chair. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine to prepare, step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Now we're moving. Hands back down through a push-up. Take the back bend, hips go up and back, down dog. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise. Back down we go, chaturanga. Upward facing smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Take a full breath out. Each one getting a little better, getting a little more grounded. Arms stay straight, look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, keep the weight forward. Exhale, fold. Yeah, heavy in your heels for chair. Press up to stand up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Let's keep going. You look thrilled. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Sit heavy, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Up dog smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Right foot lands, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. Back down we go, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. This is what the moms do when you're normally in school. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, back foot turns, rise. If you're ever curious, we're really exciting. Chaturanga push-up. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. One more. Arms stay nice and straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair. Press up to stand up. Drag the hands to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Here we go. But your best one. Sit heavy, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine, prepare. Step or float through a vinyasa. Upward facing, smooth. Feels so much better now. Downward facing. Right foot forward, back foot turns. Hands back down, chaturanga. Left foot lands on your breath, rise. Back down we go through your vinyasa. Upward facing. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Step the right foot forward, crescent lunge. Let's change it up a little. Yeah. Yeah. Crescent lunge. Good. Drag the hands to prayer. Lean way out. Let's hook and twist. So if you get here and this isn't a place for you today, you could modify by dropping your back knee, taking this into an easy twist, or just choosing not to twist. You can just stay up. There's always options. Grip your right hip in, activate your back leg. There's definitely a sensation like you're leaning back a little bit, so the crown of the head kind of lines up with that back heel. A few more breaths, make it count. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. Take your block if you use it. Do you want one? Yeah, we're gonna go into half moon. You don't like it for half moon, but take it. I know. So we're gonna float to a half moon. So what I want you to do is kind of put your block off to the side, press up Ardha Chandrasana. Yeah. Stack it open. So sometimes I play with like lightness of my bottom fingers. Sometimes I take my right palm and I press the whole palm firm into the block. So either which way, I kind of get a little bit of a different experience. Lift from that inner thigh. If you want to add in the bind, you're welcome to. If not, just stay as you are. Right foot forward, right hip hugs in, side ribs long. Start to look sideways or up. That looks great stuff. Soften a little behind that standing right knee, and you'll be in good shape. We're staying a few extra breaths, guys. If you fall out, try again. Transitioning together into a warrior two. So take a really nice slow stance back. Wow. Okay. And then peel open warrior two. We made it. Look down at your feet. Make sure your right foot and your left arch line up. Your right inner thigh rolls open. Your side ribs are long. You could look sideways. You could look up. You could look back. Just, or you can close your eyes. Just find something that you know you could maintain for a few really good breaths. Keep rolling that inner thigh open. Keep anchoring that left leg and keep spreading your collarbone and your chest. Sit deeper. Flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Let your side body, it's like not like explosive energy. It's just like a lift. We're all looking for a lift. Come back to warrior two, reach way out and slide your hand on the instep of your foot. This is a place I use my block again. Totally optional. Right palm down. Arm can also just rest on the top of the thigh. Left arm slides straight up towards the sky. Wow, that rhymed. Yeah. Left arm can wrap behind your back. If your shoulder is all right, your hand can always just slide to the flat part of your back or your hand to your hip. Steer your right ribs up. Grip your right hip under. Half bind, full binders. There's definitely a lean back in the crown of the head, moving over your front foot. Use the breath. Stay with it. On the next exhale breath, warrior two, pull it up. Warrior two. Take it to the floor, plank position with your right foot hovering. Halfway to a push up with your right foot hovering. Lower the right foot down for the up dog. Nice work. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Step the left foot forward, crescent lunge. Nothing fancy to get in, just arriving. Crescent. Drag the hands to prayer. Lean way out. Hook and twist. So a not hooking could just look like this. I'm just taking a little movement of my chest. Getting in there a little deeper, up to you. Perfect. Back leg supercharged up. Knee can come down onto the mat. There's so many ways to make these poses work. Lean back a little bit, get the crown of the head to line up with that back heel, and get in there. Three more breaths. Hands to frame your front foot, pause, reach for the block, lightly step up, Ardha. Yes, I'm gonna take mine with my whole palm down today. Like the whole hand presses firm. I'm gonna see if I can get the lift for the side body that way. Stack it open. Lift from the inner right thigh, spark up your right toes, breathe your collarbone and your chest open really big. Add in whatever it is on your other side that you did. Whatever you did there, add it here. Few more cycles of breath. In its lightest formation, step back, warrior two. Warrior two. Nice big stance, warrior two. I always check out my feet because sometimes they're all over the place. Yeah, lengthen your tailbone, spread your collarbone. And then settle in here, maybe close your eyes. Let your body just feel. The Apple Watches are great, but they're super annoying. I know. It's like the mailman's here. Your Amazon package has arrived. Yeah. No. Lengthen your tailbone, wrap that thigh open. A day doesn't go by without an Amazon visitor. Good. 5 more breaths. Melt into it. Flip the palm reverse. Side body gets a nice subtle stretch. Back through warrior two, hand to the instep, arm to top of thigh. If you don't want to go as deep, right arm spreading up towards the sky. Add in the half bind. Listen, your hand can just slide to your hip like I'm demonstrating here. This is a good place for it. Wrapping it all the way around, up to you. Grip your left hip in, turn your collarbone in your chest, lean back. Stay with it. Grip that left hip under, turn, open. Warrior two, sharp exhale breath. Take it to the floor, plank position. Hover your left foot from the ground to make it a little more challenging. Lower halfway to a push-up with your left foot hovering. Then land the foot for the up dog. Kind of hard to take a one-leg up dog. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine weight is forward. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels for chair. I'm going to take it with my feet a little bit apart. Drag your hands to prayer. Inhale the breath, hook and twist to the right. Yeah. Once again, if you're not twisting, just create space for your body. Watch that the feet, the shins, the knees, everything stay nice and lined up. Weight stays back in your heels. Lean back a little bit. You got it. You're good, Erica. Chair, pull it around. Wrap the left thigh around the right thigh. Wrap the left arm under. Eagle. On your right leg, eagle pose. Squeeze the arms, squeeze the legs nice and tight. Steer the hips back so it's like you're sitting in a chair. You're just bound up. Fix your eyes on something that's not moving. Squeeze. Unravel just your arms. Slide the left leg back, warrior one. Warrior one. Arms stay very active. Straighten your right leg on track. Scoot your left foot in an inch. The left hand's going to stay up. The right hand will come to hip. Halfway down, steer your hips back. Then I reach for a block. I slide it to the instep of the foot for twisting triangle. Yeah, play with the placement of the block. A little bit more forward may give you a little bit more stretch. Stacking it open or hand on the flat part of your back. You're not twisting, just align into a parzo, which is a hamstring release. Erica, switch hands. Bring your other hand down and square your hips off. There you go. You already did that. Perfect. Feel like someone's got you by your hips. They're pulling you back. Okay, with it. Couple more. Exhale, fold for a beat. Me, Katie here. Fold over that right leg. And then come to your fingertips and just step back to the top of the mat. Long spine on the inhale. So back at the front of the mat, long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Heavy in your heels, chair. We link right to the other side. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale the breath, hook and twist to the left. Weights in your heels. You got it. The hardest part in this pose is to keep the feet, the shins, the knees, the hips, everything lined up like you're sitting on a box. Link your breath to the feeling that you have while holding this pose. Sit deeper, twist open more. Chair, pull it around. You got it. Wrap your right thigh around your left. Wrap your right arm under. So you're balancing on your left leg now if you got lost. Wrapping the arms, wrapping the legs, letting the elbows lift. It's going to give you a nice stretch through the entire sideline of your body. Weight in that standing left heel. Squeeze. Yeah. Steer your hips back. Sit deeper. We got this. Keep the legs bound up. Just unravel your arms like you're in a chair. Unravel your right leg. Big step back, warrior one. Yep. Arms stay up. Straighten the left leg on track. Step your back foot in about an inch. Left hand on hip. Right arm stays powerful. Halfway down and then come the rest of the way down for twisting triangle. Use a block underneath the right shoulder. Great. Steer the hips back. Left hand on the flat part of your back or stack it open. Feel like someone's got you by a bungee wire, pulling you back. Look sideways, look up. Try not to look back. Two more. Exhale the breath, fold. Fold over your left leg, melt it down. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Spring to the top of the mat. Feet together, top of mat. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Good work. Standing on your right leg, cross your left foot over. We'll go ankle, knee. And then we're going to sit way back here. I feel like I need a crane to get me in here. Flex the foot. And then you'll come down and you can use a block to rest your hands on. Yeah. Perfect. So the goal is to flex your foot around the outside of your right tricep. So you sit back really deep in that standing heel. Yeah, and you create almost like a shelf for your front shin to rest on the back of your triceps. Yeah, perfect. Eventually we fly in this pose, but today really just working on opening the hip. Stay with it a few more breaths, really getting a nice hip stretch here. So to get out of the pose, you come up light, hands to your hips. Don't let your left foot touch. Lift it up and then lower it down to the floor. Take your right foot and cross it over the top of the thigh. There's always one side that's going to be more a little bit more beat up. Arms come up, and then you sit way back into this chair with the right foot crossed over. And then you lean way out, and then you're gonna see if you can bring your hands down for ankle to knee. The foot that flexes, that right foot flexes strong around the outside of that tricep. Keep steering your hips back, keep the weight in the standing heels. This is just a pose that we don't do during the course of a normal day. So enjoy just being in this moment and breathing into the hip. Yep, stay with it. A few more breaths. Enjoy if you can. Good. To get out of the pose, come out really slow. Hands to your hips as you come up. Right leg lifts up into space, 90-degree angle, and then lower it down, feet hips width distance. Good. Sweep your arms out and up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine on the inhale breath, step or float through your vinyasa. Up dog is gonna pull you through your body. Good. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Land your right foot forward, drop your back knee down on an angle. Yeah. You could always pad it with a little towel or t-shirt. The block's gonna go down on the instep of the foot, just like that. Left palm is gonna go flat on the block at any height. So if you're more tight, you can go up higher, okay? Right arm's gonna peel back. Stop here. This is a good spot for a lot of us to pause in. If we're able to go further, the left leg kind of kicks up and meets the hand. It should be a pretty seamless, natural shape. You shouldn't be forced. Yeah. And then if you need more of a stretch to the back leg, the arm that's on the block can come a little bit more forward. That is obviously totally optional. And breathe. Look sideways, start to look back this time. Yeah. Couple more breaths. Good. Let the foot go. Take both hands to frame the front foot and start to walk it back. So you're going to take a little hamstring release here. This is relatively brutal for me. You're going to be up nice and high. Yeah, breathe into that hamstring. Fold over that front leg. Flex the right toes very strong. Good. Re-walk the foot forward. Integrate that back knee, okay? This is just a transition. Left palm's gonna go flat. You're gonna roll into the outer blade of your left foot and stack open into traditional side plank. Yeah. Yeah, you could drop your bottom knee, you can stagger your feet, you can work into a tree pose. Any of these are great options. Plank position slow. Yep, drop to your forearms, forearm plank, 10 breaths. Lengthen your tailbone. Your arms could be clasped, they could be forward. You could drop your knees down as well and take this modified. Lengthen the tailbone, engage the navel to the back of the spine, broaden across the upper shoulder blades. Look forward, Steph. It's going to help. There you go. Another big breath. Stay with it. One hand at a time, plank. Add in a push-up, chaturanga. Upward facing smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Drop the back knee down. Use the block. Take the block, place it out in front of you a little. Right hand goes on that block. Left arm reaches back. You got it. Yep. If you can get hold of your foot, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. This is called full pigeon. Yeah. Breathe. Good. Let go of the foot. Place both hands down on the mat and just crawl it back so you're in a hamstring, like a runner stretch. You're high up and your right leg is straight up and down and your left leg flexes. No. Rebend the front leg, walk the hands forward, integrate the back right leg. This is kind of just to get you in. Right palm goes flat, roll onto the blade of your right foot. This is another version of modified side plank where the right leg is straight, the left leg's bent in half. Or you could stagger the feet, stack the feet up. Whoop. Side body long, look up towards the sky. It's going to help. Two more. Plank position. Push up chaturanga. Upward facing smooth. Good work. Hips go up and back, downward facing. Drag your right knee forward for traditional half pigeon. Yeah. And fold here. You could use the block to rest your forearm or your arms on. Out in front of you. Dropping down. Close your eyes and just breathe into that right side hip. Mm-hmm. Good. Use the strength of your body. Start to come up. Lean on the right side. Swing the left leg around for a little tree. So like a little baby tree. Right hand behind you. Left arm reaches up and back. This is called sail pose. You got it. Nice. This one feels great to me. Exhale the breath. Start to lower. When you hit the floor, the right knee comes forward. The left leg hooks around. You could just give the leg a little squeeze. Inhale the breath. Exhale, look over the shoulder and twist. Think more piriformis and stretching that outer hip. Yeah. Pull around to center. The palms are going to face you. Fingers will face you. You unravel the feet, hips width distance. You lift to reverse tabletop. Yeah, we got it. Exhale the breath, lower the bum. Reach the legs forward and the arms forward, Bottanavasana. So to go a little more intense, the arms can go straight up. Yeah. Lift deep into the core muscles. Having jazz hands. Cross the ankles, step or float through a vinyasa. Last time. Make a good one. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Left knee forward, half pigeon. Fold. Let's say a few more breaths. Good. Come up nice and slow. Let's lean on the left side, swing the right leg around. It's like a little tree. So the left leg is bent, the right leg is forward. The left hand goes behind the bent leg. Yeah, that's how I remember this. And then you lift up and back. Cope sail. Exhale the breath lower. Little spine twist. Just kind of sweep your left knee forward, right foot around that bent leg, both butt cheeks down. Right hand goes at the base of your spine. I just give this top leg, that's the right leg, a little hug. And I get a pretty nice stretch through that outer hip glute piriformis. Look over the shoulder, twist. Good. Come back to center. You'll unwrap yourself. Feet go down to the mat. One more time, reverse tabletop. This feels really good. So just lift straight up, anchor, and think about the space from the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Neck nice and neutral. Good. Exhale the breath lower. Feet come together, Baddha Konasana. I take my hands for this and I thread them under, and then I grab my feet and I fold. Yeah. And you could play. Some of us like it a little tighter. I actually like mine like more like a 5-pointed star, a little further out, and then I fold down into it. Anchor through your feet and let your inner and outer thighs drop open. Yeah. You let your thighs drop there. There you go. Good. Exhale the breath, unravel. Take the feet flat, lay down on your backs. Set up for supported bridge or full wheel. I don't know how you're feeling, but we'll take 2 sets, okay? So I'm just gonna do basic bridge where the back of my arms press and I lift up. You could also slide your feet on blocks. You could slide a block underneath your low back. You could clasp your hands underneath your low back. Lift from the tailbone to the backs of the knees. Good. If you're on a block, just stay. Everyone else, just exhale the breath, lower down. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. We'll repeat one more time. Just lift straight up. If you want to go into a full wheel, take a few beats to do that. Lift straight up. Good. Take your feet much closer together. Keep going. That's it. Lift from the tailbone to the back of the knees. Lift a little higher. Exhale the breath, lower down. When you hit the floor, remove the block out from underneath. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a really big squeeze. And then reach for the outer blades of your feet. Pull your knees down around your ribs for happy baby. Good. Hug the knees straight in, like a little ball with yourself. So your eyeballs come into your knee sockets, your arms reach forward like a cannonball. And a sharp exhale breath, you're going to hover everything from the ground, arms back is going to be the most intense, or arms up. Lower back spreads, shoulder blades lift, neck is neutral as you hover. Point your toes and hold. Exhale the breath, drop it down, set up for Shavasana, complete rest. Yes, very good class. Set yourself up here for the next 2 minutes in whatever position feels good for you. Complete rest. Take a big full breath in and a loud exhale breath out. Arms reach up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Knees draw in towards the chest. Rock up any which way feels good for you in a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. I'll face my Zoomers and go sideways to the outside people. Sit up nice and tall. Hands come to prayer. Bow your head for a second. Be grateful for such nice weather. Yeah. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Go out there and enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. I will Zoom from Revel on Friday for those of you that want to get in on that.